Welcome to today's Seidokan Saturday, Kempo addendum. Fourth kyu, green belt. The first Kenpo we're going to learn is number 15. And again, they're done out of order. There were supposedly 108. The first 20 to 26 were created by George Pesare and in his Goshin Jitsu system, and then augmented through Nick Serio and Fred Villari and others who added on to them. Even back in my Kenpo days, I only knew up through 80 of them. I know the current Kenpo guys probably went on and did all 108 once they got their 8th, 9th degree black belts and so forth. But we're going to stick pretty much with the original George Pesare Nick Serio catalog with maybe a few others. So this is number 15. Let me have you on this side, Max. So there are two ways that I actually learned this technique. The way that I currently do it is not the way I originally learned it. And I went back and even watched old videos of myself doing this. So the first version goes like this. The punch comes, I sidestep and ridge hand strike to the groin. In practice for my dojo for uke, we just hit inside the thigh. Just enough to get a little reaction. Then it pops right up while I'm still checking the arm, strikes across the neck. From here, I step together, bringing my next ridge hand, so it's 3 ridge hands in a row, around his neck as I step back with my right foot, laying him down on my leg. I can here control the head one side or the other. I like to bring it this side. It's easier for me to reach. I'm going to do a scraping palm heel to the solar plexus, coming through to the groin, rake through, circling around my elbow, drop the elbow, hammer the groin, and from here, the other reason I like my hand here is I can push him. But for safety's sake, we're just going to let him fall and do a break fall as I step out to the guard. On guard. Version A. I'll do that again, a little bit less explanation, a little bit conversation, a little more action. Hey! 1, 2, 3, push. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then drive him down. I'm not going to do the other side because that's really the best angle to see what we're doing. The next version, the ending is exactly the same, but the beginning, the version I do now, is slightly different. I sort of prefer the original to this because the catching movement of the hand is a little bit iffy, but it works very well for anything coming as an overhead or a downward swinging strike. So I'm going to go twist stance, blocking up and or out as I step around already, driving into the groin. Now I'm going to come up and over, hitting the throat just like before, and the rest is exactly the same, and he falls. So the only difference is that first movement, and the reason it's hard is because it requires a little bit of that sticking. In Kendo, in Iai-Jutsu, not so much in Kendo, but in Iai-Jutsu, they work a lot on having the swords crossed at the ends and then maintaining that and then sliding along the swords. It's a little tough to do sometimes on an arm, depending on the weird angle that an attacker may come with a punch. But it goes, hey, circling out, drop in, come around, hey! Up. Kenpo 15. Okay, and again, I'm not going to do the other side because it's really, all you'd see is the back of me, and that's not my best angle. Both versions are acceptable. As I said, the one I have, the one I did at the end is the way I commonly teach it, but I will give both variations at a certain point because of the difference in the punch. Oh, one other thing, addendum here. So as I step out with this block, I'm crossing out this hand, coming up to block. It actually is a little easier, and again, if it's a wilder punch, don't, but if it is, if I give it that checking movement first, before I come here, now I have a little more control of the arm as I slam it to the groin. So that double circling movement here as we slam through. See? There you go. That's our Kenpo 15. That's today's Seidokan Saturday. Hopefully You'll have fun practicing that. You can see a lot of variations and how it can get halfway through the technique and mutate into other things. These are all just templates to be explored and added on to later. As always, thank you for joining. Like, share, subscribe. Go to my other links, my other YouTube page. Like and follow my Facebook page as well. Comments, questions, no Italian hand signals. And until next week, as always, let's keep practicing.